it is also important to emphasize that we have agreed that we will deepen our community-to-community engagements. We are conscious of our history, that even though we have a historical background with a lot of our ethnic groups having the same heritage and antecedents. You do know, for example, that the Ewe people migrated together with Nigerians, sojourned in Ile-Ife, and continued to the Gold Coast. The Gans have a similar story. So we have very interesting anthropological antecedents, which shows that we are one people. But regardless of that, there have been times in our history where we have had skirmishes. You remember the Aliens Compliance Order. We saw a number of so-called foreigners being removed from Ghana. And then you also recall Ghana Must Go in 1983, where over 1 million Ghanaians were forced out of Nigeria. So we are conscious of that history, which should guide all of us, that if these things are not managed well, it could take us back to certain dark occurrences in our history. That is why we have been demonstrating a lot of maturity and asking that we douse the flames, we show compassion, we should remember that we are one people. Let's always remember that Ghana, as the headquarters of Pan-Africanism, what Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the founder of our country, taught us, is that we should ignore artificial boundaries. We are one people. And let us always remember that there is a bigger goal, a bigger Pan-African agenda, where we want to form an all-united states of Africa.
As you can see in this video, since they made this video, I keep repeating the video, listening to the video over and over again. I was expecting them to say the particular term that make Ghanaians to say, okay, we do not want Nigerians again in our country. We want Nigerians to go back to the country, to their country. So I wanted to see if they go ask what is the reason and what the reason behind this. Maybe I'll see them to speak towards this particular issue. They are not speaking it. In that particular conference they did not speak anything about that. There must be reason make Ghanaians say they do not want Nigerians in their country. They are not pointing out to this particular reason. Like these two people, especially this Bianca Ojukwu or whatever, they say that I came.
The posture of both countries regarding this issue?
Well, I don't think you can rule it out. And what happened in the 80s, I can't call it deportation in the real sense of it. What actually happened, we asked all the Ghanaians to leave, okay? And then that caused all sorts of hue and cry here and there. Maybe this is a payback time. I don't know. That's why these people are protesting. Who knows? But prior to that, you see, you need to put things in an historical context. And not to know what happened before you were born is to remain a child, according to Cicero. Now, the point is this. Even in 1969, the Ghanaian government, as at that time, said, you know, at a point there was economic prosperity in Ghana. That was during the Gold Coast era. And then in 1969, they came up with this law and said all the aliens must leave. And that caused all sorts of nonsense. Then Nigeria, maybe in 1983, that was the reason behind the Ghana Must Go episode. But the protesters here, they are asking for mass deportation, that all Nigerians must go. You see, for mass deportation to happen, you need a legislative backing. Because if you don't do that, your action might be very unlawful. Let's look at it legally. Number one, Ghana is a member of the ECOWAS. And in 1975, Ghana signed the ECOWAS Treaty. In 1993, they ratified that treaty. And if you look, what was the essence of that treaty? To ensure economic development and social integration and free movement of goods and services and citizens. And even Article 3 of that economic treaty actually imposes an obligation on member countries to make sure they abide by the spirit of the treaty. Now, if you are signing a treaty, as you know, it's an agreement between states. If you are signing a treaty and you have a reservation that, look, we don't want to be part of this, that is why there's an opt-out clause. And I'll give you an example. During the Schengen agreement within the European countries, you know, the essence of the Schengen agreement is that there should be free movement within the member states. But the United Kingdom said, no, when it comes to immigration, we want to take control of our border. That's why if you get a France visa, you cannot use it to enter UK. You cannot, because they said, we don't want to be part of that. Now, if the Ghanaians said, okay, we don't want migrants or Nigerians or whatever in our country. Then they've had the opportunity to do that in 1975. They've had the opportunity to do that in 1993. And all these issues, they are talking about prostitution, this and that and what have you. There is no country without a social problem. And what you need to do is how you address those social problems. I appreciate the fact that international migration and international crime goes hand in hand. If you get to some country, they don't know anything about 419. But because citizens of certain countries are moving into that, they introduce it. So you can't rule it out. But what you do, you must try and strengthen the institution. Make sure your legal system works to address all these problems. And now they are saying Nigerians are doing this and doing that. Now, that is a fair comment. But the issue is this. Give us the statistics. How many Nigerians have been arrested? How many are in prison? How many are awaiting trial? So that we know Nigerians are the people behind this. Exactly. And also, it is not even impossible. Because we have a porous border, the way we issue our passports is not really rigid enough. It is not impossible for some of these criminals not to be Nigerian. I can tell you that. Because even when the war was going on in Liberia, Sierra Leone, there are quite a few Nigerians claiming to be citizens of that country so that they can get a refugee status abroad. So, you see, these are the issues. And our government today seems to be promising, okay, don't do this, don't do that. And I must let you know before you come in, Nigerians are facing hostility here and there. In South Africa, in Ghana, United Arab Emirates, then American embassy saying this, saying that. So, at a point, government needs to sit down. And our parliament too needs to sit down and say, look, how are we going to address all these issues? Because something is protect, because citizenship connects certain rights. Yes. And if there is war, your government come in and they evacuate you as a citizen of that country. So those are the rights as a citizen. Even if you go abroad under the Vienna Convention, you are, let's say you arrive in UK now, you have problem, you are arrested by the police. Under the Vienna Convention, the first thing they need to do is to contact your embassy. Welfare officer, so that they can give you what they call consular assistance. And from your intro, they said the Nigeria High Commission in Ghana should give consular support in case people are threatened.
As you can see, this issue between Ghana and Nigeria, it's not trending in Nigerian TV station. Almost all the Nigerian TV stations are taking this news. And to be realistic about this issue, it's like Nigerian TV are even speaking the honest facts. Not just like TV3. Like the most Joy TV, I don't know, Joy TV and TV3, they are, especially TV3, they are not even honest in this issue. It's just like they are for the government. They don't give them a lot of money. They don't bribe them. They are not speaking far too. That majority of Nigerian TV, they take this thing upon themselves and they are speaking fat about this thing. Like, if you see the way they are speaking about the news, I think they are speaking the facts. They are supporting. Even they are not supporting Shao, but at least the analysis, the way they bring in the fact and the analysis, at least they do the analysis where they know they behind Ghana, they know they behind Nigerian. They are speaking for which is Nigerian TV station. So, and they talk about the particular thing that is actually happening. But in Ghana TV station, they are just diverting the whole issue. They are not even talk the reason why the Ghanaians are crying out. The Ghanaians are saying the reason the Nigerian must go in. Ghanaian TV station, especially TV3, no, they talk anything about this issue. I'm telling you the fact. They are not saying anything, no. They are just trying, diverting people's attention. Well,